you got to get your shit together at some point in your life, so why not do it now? So hi you guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bobby. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for keeping up with my YouTube journey. I know I don't post a lot, but I'm still here and active in my shorts. And if you're new, make sure you go ahead and click the subscribe button and the like button and leave a comment on what you think about this video. Today I kind of just want to talk about, don't mind the background, I'm just sitting in my sister's car waiting for her, so I have a little bit of time to wait, so I decided to get on here and do a little video for you guys on how I think everybody should level their life up. You're currently in a predicament where you feel like you are stagnant, like you're trying so hard to do things and it's just not working out for you. You honestly have to reevaluate what you're doing and how you're going about it. I hate to say it, but everything does not come easy for some of us. Like me personally, like I don't have it easy. Like everything that I do is like, I'm not going to say hard, I'm not going to say it's easy, but I have to work for it. Like I don't have anybody giving me anything. I don't have anybody sponsoring my lifestyle. I don't have anybody to, like that kind of stuff. And it's totally okay if you do. I don't shame anybody for that. If I had a man that was taking care of me and paying for my lifestyle, I would be all for it. But what I will say is, in today's world, I honestly think like you should have your own. Like everybody should have their own, regardless if you have a man or a parents or whoever that is sponsoring your lifestyle. Like anything could go wrong at any time. So if you don't have that and you would crash out, then that's a problem. So that's why I always tell people, like, try to get to your best self and like just elevate your life. Like if you feel like you are stagnant in the same spot, what can you do to help you get to where you want to be? Like everything that I have now currently, I've worked hard towards, and I said I was going to do it. It doesn't matter if it takes you 2-3 years to get it. If you get it, that's wonderful. You know what I mean? Like I don't really like when people say, oh, well, I'm going to set a timeline for this, I'm going to set a timeline for that. No, like, just set goals. Like, you got to set long-term goals, and you got to also set short-term goals. If you're setting, like, long-term goals, then, and, like, expecting it to happen overnight, then you're kind of, like, making it harder on yourself, if that makes sense. So that's why I say, like, you have to have short-term goals and you have to have long-term goals. Because short-term goals are, like, things like, okay, I want to pay this off this year, or I want to go on this vacation this year, or I want to lose this amount of weight by this date. Like that's short-term growth. Short-term. What I mean by long-term is, okay, I want to buy a house in the next 2 years, or I want to start a business in the next year. I want to be financially free in the next year. Things like that, like you want to keep in mind as long-term goals. You know what I mean? So like me personally, like last year, like before I moved into where I live at now, I always said like that was my, my goal was to move into a luxury style apartment. That was my goal. So I made it like a mission to actually like do that. So once I got in a predicament where I could do it and I felt like I could afford it, honestly, we'll get to that. But basically I wanted to move out of where I was living at and get into a luxury style apartment, blah blah, and I didn't think I could do it because my credit was bad. So I had to set short-term goals. Like I had to do that first before I could achieve the other goal. So what I did was I got my credit worked on, I started paying stuff off, and I started saving money, like that kind of stuff. Like I stopped spending so much because like the less I was spending, the more I had to put into, where I wanted to move at. Because nowadays moving is not cheap though. Like I don't know where people be going and they be having to pay $500 to move in. Like when my sister moved, she said she only had to pay $500 in California. Yo, when I moved into my apartment, I had to pay almost $5,000 to move in. Like that's insane. Like who just has money sitting around to pay $5,000 just to move in somewhere? Like that is insane. But that's besides the point. Anyway, yeah, so that was my long-term goal. Like my long-term goal was to move into that spot. So I had to knock off them short-term goals by getting my credit fixed, saving money, etc. You get what I'm saying? So then another one of my goals was to get a new car. I wanted a Mercedes. I knew I wanted a Mercedes. I always said I wanted a Mercedes. I might not have like got it when I wanted it, but the timing was right, if you get what I'm saying. The timing was right because I owed so much on my other car, so I had to put a lot of money towards that to get out of it. So it was like I was so upside down. Like I needed the money to get me from being upside down. I was able to save up so much money to put towards that. Actually save up so much money to do that, because before I wasn't able to do that because I needed a whole bunch of money to actually get out of the car. So that's what I mean when I say short-term goals. I had to save up some money. I had to wait for a little bit, save up some money, because I tried a few months before that. I tried to go get a car and I wasn't able to because it was so upside down, and I wasn't trying to put that much money into it. But I gave myself some time. I was like, you know what? I'm going to save up this for this. And I put money aside for it. So then I was able to just go do what I wanted to do. So in order to really level up and see change in yourself, you have to set those goals, because if you don't set those goals, then you're going to be actually wondering okay, well, what's next for me? And if you're getting to that point in your life where you're wondering what's next for me and I don't know what I want to do, then it's time to really sit down and evaluate what are you doing with your life that's going to better you tomorrow. If you're still in the same position, if you haven't learned anything or in the same position as you were yesterday, that's a problem. You need to be learning something new every day, investing the time into yourself every day, because why not? Who else is going to do it for you? Nobody else is going to do it for you. So you have to go get it. That's what I tell myself every day. I'm like, okay, I might not be where I want to be, but I'm so much further than I was yesterday. So that's why I tell people, don't be so hard on yourselves if you're not where you want to be, because it's always time to get yourself together, get your shit together. You can get your shit together. That's what I tell people. Get your shit together. So what really changed the spark in myself was seeing how I was able to make so much money, and I wanted more. Once you get it, it's you want more and more and more. So you don't stop at any cost. You don't stop. And then so for me, it was I already found what I like to do. I was doing lashes for 5+ years now. And, I had a business going, but it wasn't enough because I wanted more. Honestly, you're not going to survive in today's world with just one stream of income. So that should be another way of leveling your life up. In order to level up, you have to find things that interest you, but you can make money on. In today's world, if you're relying on one stream of income, you're wrong right there. You're going to fail. Honestly, because if that business is going slow, what are you going to do? Your bills are still rolling in. I don't know. That's just me. I just think like that. I just think like that. That's why I be so worried. And I'm nowhere near having multiple streams of income. But, right now I have a few. Right now. So, but they don't bring in as much money as each. If you get each of them don't bring in the same amount of money. One is way less than the other one. Way is one more. So, but it I'm able to survive. You get what I'm saying? Also, please cut the distractions out. People ask me all the time, why don't you do this? Why don't you go out? Why don't you have fun? Why don't you have friends? Because honestly, if we're being completely honest, honestly, I don't want to do those type of things because I am nowhere near where I want to be. So it's just those things are distractions. They distract me from what I really want to do and really want to be. Because okay, when I get there, I'll go out and party and do whatever I want every day of the week if I wanted to. But right now, financially, I don't even know how people do it. Because how does anybody even afford to go out every week? I'm just how do y'all do it? Because I make good money, and I'm telling you, I'm not going out every day of the week. I don't, listen, every day of the week, that's out. Be giving people my money, and I don't spend no less than $100 every time I go out. So it's you know how much money that is? You're wasting that you could be investing into something that make you more money, not just going out and looking cool. I don't know. But that's another thing. You really got to cut your distractions out, because if you are distracted by everybody and everything, it's going to be bad for you. And this is another thing about distractions. When we're on these social media apps and watching all these girls unboxing Chanel this and Chanel that, and Ben's cars this and Ben's that, and Louis this and Louis, okay, we get it, okay? Don't let that be your sign. Don't let that be a distraction to you if you're trying to save and work towards something, because you don't know what they did to get that bag. You don't know what they did to get that car. You don't know what they did to get that apartment. So when I say stop comparing yourself to these people, You don't know what they did to get it. So therefore, stop comparing yourself. If you're a person that goes to work every day, or you have a business and you wake up every day and get your business going and post for your business and do this and do that, you're doing what you got to do. Do not let somebody on social media make you feel like you're not doing enough. This was my problem. When I tell y'all, like, I was letting these girls on social media, like, really have me like, okay, well, if they got it, why can't I have it? Like, okay, I make good money, so why can't I go get it? Problem is, I can go get it if I wanted it, but am I where I want to be? No. So I need to be holding on to that money, because, like, a lot of people will be like, okay, well, if you got the money, it's not going to go with you, so go spend what you want. I'm not where I want to be. Like, if I want to go to the Chanel store and buy 3 bags right now, I could go to the Chanel store and buy 3 bags. But it's like, do I really want to do that? No. Because why? The bag is going to sit in my closet because I don't go anywhere, because I don't want to spend no money. So I'm going to go get an $8,000 bag, a few of them, and then it's going to sit in my closet for nothing. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So I had to stop the impulsive spending. Like, I would really just spend because I could spend. So now, come 2025, like, I'm really... the Target trips, the Marshall trips, the TJ Maxx, that's all done. I'm telling y'all, like, I'm not doing that shit no more. Like, I don't understand how people do it every day. Okay, if I had a husband or a boyfriend that was in my household paying my bills and I had a lot of spending money, you know what I mean? Like, it's one thing to do that. But if you're a single mom or a single woman or a single man in general and you're paying everything by yourself, you cannot be out here just like, okay, well, it's whatever. Like, I'll get paid next week, or I have a client today, or I have a booking this week. Like, no, y'all, let's stop doing that. Like, 2025, like, let's stop doing that. Everything is content, so don't think you got to go out and get some content. Oh, I got to go to Target today because I got to get some content. Like, no, I'm done with it. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm so done with it. Like, I did so much spending in 2024 for nothing. I'm sitting my ass in the house for 2025. I'm getting a tummy tuck. January 8th, I get my tummy tuck. When I tell y'all, I'm sitting my ass in the house and I'm not doing nothing, and I'm glad I'm getting my tummy tuck now because I can sit the hell in the house and not worry about having to spend no money and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to sit my happy self in the house, and, like, it is what it is. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I've overcame I want to go to Target for some content. I want to go here. I want to go there. No. It's over with. Like, I don't know about y'all, but it's over with. So these are just a few steps that, like, really, you know, took me from being, oh, I wish I could do this, to I could do this, but I don't want to do this, or I don't need to do this. That's how I think now. So these are just a few steps that really, like, got me going. So if you guys want more of this content, like, basically a FaceTime call, or me motivating you and me telling you guys what it is, let me know, because I will drop more videos like this. Yo, I'm really just sitting in the car talking to you guys. Like, honestly, I'm really just sitting in the car talking to y'all, and I like this kind of content. But let me know what you guys want to hear from me and what you want to know and everything else.